Welcome children to Geography with Juliana, and today I'm starting with Chapter 4, Climate. After studying the location, extent and physiography of India and Brazil, today we are in a better position to understand the climate of these two regions, because climate is largely influenced by the location as well as by the boundaries as well as by the physiography of a region. So you need your textbooks and you have to open to page 25. Okay, there's a map, figure 4.1. We need to read the map and answer the questions that have been asked. Right? So let's make friends with map. The first question is, considering the isotherms of Brazil, what is the average range of temperature in Brazil? Now we all have studied in standard 9 that isotherms are lines joining places of equal temperature. Okay, so the type of map used here is isopleth map. Okay, because they are giving us lines joining places of equal temperature. Now when you talk about the range of temperature, we are talking about the minimum and maximum temperature. So what is the minimum temperature recorded in Brazil? Yes, it is 18 degrees Celsius and maximum is 28 degrees Celsius. Therefore, the range of temperature in Brazil is 18 degrees Celsius to 28 degrees Celsius. The second question is, in which area does it rain more? So in order to understand where it rains more, we need to see the index first. Okay? And the index shows the blue shades, especially the darkest to the little lighter shades. These regions have rainfall from 2000 to more than 3000 millimeters of rainfall. And what do you see here in Brazil? Okay, so in the northern part of Brazil, excluding the Guiana Highlands. Okay, so the northern part of Brazil, it rains heavily. Moreover, again in the south and eastern part, or rather the southeastern slopes, if you remember, of the great escarpments, receive heavy rainfall. So the answer is, it rains more in the northern part of Brazil and southeastern part of Brazil. From which direction does winds from which direction are winds flowing towards Brazil? So if you look at the arrows that are given here, okay, you understand, I had explained to you the directions north, south, east and west. So these ones, just a second, the map has been blown too much. Okay, so what you notice here, these are coming from north. Okay, moreover, they are blowing from east towards west, and therefore these winds are called as northeast winds. Okay, so the direction of the winds in the north of Brazil is northeast. What about the south then? So here you find the winds are blowing from south and this is east going towards west, right? Therefore, the winds in the south of Brazil are blowing from southeast. The next question is, what could be the reason behind that? Now, to understand why the winds are blowing from northeast or southeast, okay, towards Brazil, I'll give you this picture here, which you have studied somewhere in the 6th or 7th standard. Okay, now what you notice in this picture, okay, these are the temperature zones. And here you find equatorial low pressure belt between 5 degrees north and 5 degrees south, followed by a high pressure belt, then a low pressure belt and a high pressure belt again. Okay, a high pressure belt again. So here again, similarly in the southern hemisphere, you have this equatorial low pressure belt followed by high pressure, low pressure and a high pressure belt. In science, we have studied that winds always blow from high pressure towards low pressure region. And therefore, because there is a low pressure area in the north of Brazil, we have studied that Brazil lies from 5 degrees north. and therefore this region of 5 degrees north to 5 degrees south is also found in Brazil. Okay, why do we have a low pressure area here? The reason is because the sun rays are perpendicular at the equator and throughout the year, and therefore a low pressure area is created in the equatorial region. We'll go back to our map once again. Now if you look at this picture here, okay, we know that the equator is here. So the top part falls under 5 degrees north and the lower part falls under 5 degrees south. Okay, and as a result, this region comes under equatorial low pressure belt, and therefore the winds blow from northeast, that is from high pressure surrounding high pressure belts, and therefore assume the direction northeast and southeast. Because they are blowing from east, these winds are also called as easterlies. Okay, again in the 7th standard you have studied about planetary winds, the winds that blow on the planet throughout the year. Easterlies, westerlies and polar easterlies. I wonder if you remember them, but we need to get back to our basic concepts every now and then. Okay, so that's the reason why we have winds blowing from northeast and southeast, because there is a very low pressure belt situated in the north of Brazil, and these belts are surrounded by high pressure belts. The next question is, what could be the obstruction in the way of these winds? This also we have studied while talking about the physiography. We know that we have great escarpments situated in the southeastern part of Brazil, and these great escarpments act as an obstruction for these southeast trade winds. Which type of rainfall will occur because of these winds? Now, whenever winds face an obstruction, okay, they move upwards, they ascend upwards, and they cool and they give orographic rainfall on one of the slopes. So what type of rainfalls are these then? So these are called as orographic type of rainfall. Next question is, correlate these winds and rainfall. What is the relation between these winds and rainfall? The winds are blowing over the Atlantic Ocean, South Atlantic as well as North Atlantic Ocean. And as they blow over the ocean, they carry a lot of moisture and they give rainfall to Brazil. The next question is, in which part of Brazil are the average temperatures low? We had already seen this when we talked about the range of temperature, and we have seen that the low temperatures are in the south of Brazil. Okay, southern part of Brazil. Identify the rain shadow area in Brazil. So the rain shadow area, this also we had already spoken. As the winds cross the great escarpments and move towards north and northeast, they become dry, and there is a rain shadow area in the northeastern part of Brazil. Describe the climatic characteristics here. In this region, the climate will be dry and arid with very, very low rainfall, less than 500 given by the white color code. Then, in which region do you find a higher temperature? Naturally, it's in the northern part of Brazil. Reason we all know, because it's an equatorial region and the sun rays are perpendicular. At the end, I will show you one more picture there regarding to this sun rays. Okay, or if you want, I can just take you there quickly. Okay, so you get an idea of sun rays here. The sun rays are perpendicular on equator and equatorial region, especially between 5 degrees north and 5 degrees south. And as you go high, this part comes under the tropical zone or the torrid zone, from 23.5 degrees north to 23.5 degrees south. Beyond this, it becomes temperate zone from 23.5 degrees to 66.5 degrees. Okay, north as well as south. So that becomes the temperate zone. This is our temperate zone in both the hemispheres. And beyond 66.5 to 90 degrees in north and south, we have the frigid zone. You'll need this information very soon. Okay, so we come back to our map and to our questions. So the question is, in which region do you find higher temperature? So that we have done, it's in the north. Considering the latitudinal extent of Brazil, where will you find temperate climate? For this, I would advise you to open to page 15. Okay, and there you find the map of Brazil. We have also completed the map of Brazil. So you have studied that beyond 23.5 degrees south from here, okay, the region now falls under this region beyond 23.5 degrees. Okay, this is the Tropic of Capricorn here. So beyond 23.5 degrees, the region comes under temperate zone. I just explained to you that figure just now. Okay, beyond 23.5 degrees north and south, the regions are called as temperate zone. So this, you can see Tropic of Capricorn passing from 23.5 degrees south. Beyond this region in the south of Brazil falls under temperate zone. Temperate zones have mild summers and quite severe winters. Okay, so the next question. So we find temperate zone in south. Describe the winds blowing between 0 degrees to 5 degrees north and south. For this, I will take you to another picture here. Okay, between 5 degrees north and 5 degrees south, which this region lies in Brazil as well. Okay, and therefore this region and studying and understanding this region becomes very important to us. This region between 5 degrees north and 5 degrees south is called as intertropical convergence zone. What does it mean? You will hear this word again when we study in detail the climate of Brazil. So keep in mind, this is the region where the northeast and southeast trade winds, okay, or northeast and southeast winds are converging. Converging means meeting. Okay, and therefore this region is called as intertropical convergence zone. Intertropical, between two tropics, Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, so intertropical convergence zone. This region is characterized by very low wind activity, many times also called as doldrums. Okay, because the wind activity here, being in low pressure area, the wind activities are very, very limited. So the next question now is, which method has been used to show the distribution in this map? That's very simple. In the beginning, I've already told you, we have used in this map, they have used the method called the isopleth method. Okay, isopleth, where they join places of equal value. In this case, we have isotherms because these are places joining equal temperature. When the lines are joining places of equal pressure, you studied this in 9th standard, we call them as isobars. When they are lines joining places of equal rainfall, we call it as isoheights. And when we join places with a line of equal, when we join places of equal salinity with a line, these lines are called as isohalines. But the method is called as isopleth map. So with this, we end this activity. In the next video, which will be a little shorter, I will discuss the cross section of Brazil's physiography, which is also on page 25. So till then, thank you. God bless you. Keep watching. Keep studying.